Could you share the numbers of the users or?
Yeah, of course. I think the last I checked, the total value that is onto the credit card product is around 200 mil, and we just surpassed 10,000 card sign-ups. So that's KYC card users, and transaction volume has just surpassed 400,000. So I think those are very never before seen kind of growth numbers.
Exactly. Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of our Narrative podcast. Today we have very exciting guest, Sandy, the founder of Scroll. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Ingi.
We will talk about Scroll more later, but I want to talk about your fascinating journey from Hong Kong Futures Commissions to venture capital at Fusion Capital, and now building one of the most advanced zkEVM, Scroll. So what made you transition into the blockchain industry, and how do you guys start this journey?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking the question. First of all, it's great to be back here in Korea. This is not my first time. It's always a pleasure. I was originally born in China, grew up in the UK, and moved to Hong Kong very early on in my career as a researcher for the Securities Commission, like you mentioned, and that's where I fortunately discovered crypto as a researcher. Then on, I think my journey has been one of transition into investment, and then gradually into entrepreneurship, and every step I found myself leaning deeper and deeper into crypto, and also deeper and deeper into deep tech and innovative product design. So I think I'm 5 years into this entrepreneurial journey of Scroll, and it's still very exciting. We're still breaking new ground and building new products, and we're also kind of getting to work with very energetic team members every day is just kind of a blessing in this day and age of global change.
For our Korean audience who might be very new to this space, how do you describe and explain this vision for normal people for real world impact?
So the catalyst for starting Scroll was a lot of zk research that was in academia that was ready for real world application. And we founded Scroll as a zk roll-up solution to scale Ethereum, so built a layer 2 solution. And we've been live for 2 years now with bytecode level compatibility. That means every application works on Scroll that in the EVM space, and also we've had zero reorg and no incidents, touch wood, and also the highest uptime, which means a very happy place and a very sustainable place for particularly DeFi builders to kind of make Scroll their home. And why is stability and no reorg and zk super important for serious DeFi builders? It's because DeFi has multiple stacks in their application, and if there is any instability on the blockchain layer, then that has kind of ripple effects downstream, and that ultimately hurts user experience. And we want to be the most secure and safe and also decentralized and also transparent stack out there, and using math and this decentralized layer of consensus global coordination to bring something that to the end user that is both trustworthy and also kind of bring sovereignty back to themselves. And that means a better financial access and similar financial access as kind of the best that's available in the world. So that's our core mission and vision.
So your ecosystem has been grown very tremendously, from on-chain statics to off-chain partnership. There are many exciting initiatives on Scroll now is happening. So what are you most anticipated or excited to see in the near future on Scroll ecosystem?
I think it's always great for us to see DeFi applications succeeding on Scroll. and most recently, Ether.fi Cash is an application that's exclusively on Scroll that is really taking off, that is benefiting from our cheap transaction and stable kind of blockchain design. And Ether.fi Cash is a state-of-the-art kind of neobank aiming at consumer level that has Visa POS access and also superior on-chain yield.
Yeah, that's personally I use the Ether.fi Cash in my daily spending.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, it's
So
very
you've been getting a lot of Scroll.
exactly.
Hopefully.
Every time I paid, I got cash back in Scroll, so I'm a Scroll holder whenever I spend. So
Fantastic.
very easy to use, and I think the Ether.fi Cash is one of the best crypto products in UI UX perspective, and I didn't recognize at first it's on Scroll, but now I think Scroll can handle those many exciting features together with Ether.fi Cash. So could you explain more upcoming features on Scroll network, like you guys mentioned gasless transaction and privacy features and so on?
Yeah. I think the Ether.fi team is very focused on delivering a superior consumer experience and very good at consumer communication and also marketing. And so it's been a great pleasure working with them. We definitely learned a lot about the process of designing a mass market ready product. And I think as a user, hopefully you've experienced how cheap the transaction is, how smooth the experience is, and how everything works instantly. And I think we're about to go up a notch in that user experience improvement demeanor by making complete transactions completely gasless on specific applications on Scroll. And so you'll be one of the first to experience it. And the second thing is a feature that we've been designing with the Ether.fi team due to overwhelming market feedback as more and more kind of super users have been using the Ether.fi card for their daily transaction, for their travel, and for paying kids' school bills. Their privacy demands starts to become more and more urgent. And now it's getting to a stage where I think we're hitting a turning point as a larger crypto community where more and more of our personal financial life is lived on chain, and therefore that layer of privacy protection becomes not just a nice to have, but an absolute necessity.
Yeah.
So we'll be rolling that out in the next few months, hopefully, and then you'll also be one of the first in the world to experience it as an Ether.fi Cash user. So I think not only will you experience continuous improvement in the user experience, but also you'll also be a first mover in cutting edge kind of blockchain technology innovation, which is very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting for users on Ether.fi Cash. I think the kind of more user-friendly features is very promising, and I think in my friends groups, they are also starting to adopt the Ether.fi Cash, even though they are not entirely crypto-heavy users. So those kind of products can be mass adoption product, I think. So
hopefully, we'll see a lot more mass consumer ready products coming out of crypto. I think we're already experiencing the stablecoin adoption moment as a whole globally, and we're also seeing a huge range of innovative designs in stablecoins that are coming out that are bringing complex financial products in a very easy and easy to interpret kind of wrapper to users. So I think the work to leverage this trend and also to improve financial access with better technology to balance the risk and reward for stablecoin allocation and payment is something that is a really interesting frontier to be working on.
And I also heard that you guys already have a great TPS, transaction per second, but you will go further. So could you explain how do you guys improve this kind of transaction capacity, like Visa and MasterCard rails?
We're the first zk rollup to achieve stage 1 level of decentralization and security. And within the current standard, we can go up to 10,000 TPS very easily. Beyond that, I think partially we will need to rely on Ethereum layer 1 scaling, which is happening very quickly, and we're also doing research into seeing how we could kind of push the frontier forward on a 3 to 5 year time horizon.
And you mentioned that there are many features and stacks on Scroll, and you guys are going to launch a Scroll stack, which is for companies who want to launch their own blockchain. So what is the Scroll stack, and how does it impact for companies who might considering adopting the Scroll?
We've accumulated a lot of knowledge in blockchain design and consensus design, zk application, and also ecosystem building, and also product building across the entire life cycle of blockchain build out. And we've been receiving a lot of institutional interest over the last few months as institutions are looking to kind of own more and participate more in various levels of the stack. I think running and owning a blockchain is no small endeavor, and one should definitely not go into this exercise lightly. This is years and years of work laid out ahead of you, and but when there is a specific use case or a particular way where blockchain can enhance the company's core mission, I think that is a very interesting and valuable exercise. So I think for every financial fintech institution, they should definitely be looking at the different kind of technical stack and design options that are on the menu. And I think we're a very good partner because we can custom design due to the need of the stack launcher, and whether it is local compliance need, whether it is privacy need in the case of Ether.fi Cash, or in extreme scaling needs. So certain stack customer have very, very extreme scaling requirements, but they can compromise on other things. So that's a place also where we can bring a lot of custom design, and also when different consensus mechanisms kind of come together, and also when interoperability becomes the next frontier. I think these are the areas where Scroll stack partners will start to differentiate from the multiple other blockchains out there. But we're just at the beginning of this process. We're in the first of 9 innings, and it's very exciting to see some Korean enterprises experiencing with L1s and L2s, and I think these are all stages of kind of blockchain kind of adoption that every region goes through.
Yeah, I think many of the Korean companies, especially in fintech space, are considering to adopt the blockchain technologies. So in those cases, Scroll stacks could be a good fit for them. So I'm excited to introduce Scroll stacks to other companies in Korea.
Thank you, thank you. I think we'll be a very good partner because not only are we constantly on the frontier of technical innovation, we're also very service and customer oriented. And having a local team in Korea and lots of team members and engineers present around in Asia region means I think we can provide a very good service for any Korean enterprise that are looking to launch their own stack.
Yeah, that's exciting. Do you have any upcoming partners who adopting the Scroll stack soon?
Well, we're very focused on serving our first big customer for this Scroll stack, which we'll be announcing in a few months.
Okay, exciting. You mentioned several times the zk technology. For our audience who might not, for our audience who are very new to this term zk, so could you describe briefly what is zk and what can be used in real life?
So zk is a mathematical construct that is stereotypically used for either scaling, and that means packing a lot of proofs into one so that it could be posted onto Ethereum, or for different degrees of privacy design. And I think there are all sorts of different implementations and variations of using zk technology to serve a particular use case, and there's definitely a lot of continuous innovation and investment into pushing the frontier on proving speed, proving efficiency, and also the different kind of degrees of privacy design. I think I think right now it's a very exciting time to be an application or a DeFi builder, because you have all these tools on the infra level that are available for you to pick and mix and pick and use. And on the other hand, there are all sorts of different financial instruments from TradFi and TradFi players that are coming into the space, making their services and expertise available. So I think right now, if you're like a chef, so to speak, in the DeFi space, there's a lot of ingredients on the financial product side that you could pick from, and also there's a lot of ingredients in the infra innovation side that you pick from. So if you kind of chop things up and cook it a little bit, I think that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, that's very great benefit for using blockchain, like composability, interoperability. For infra level, it's almost ready, I think. So the app level will be happening more and more in near future.
Yeah, I think founders that understand both sides of these knowledge and innovation available will do really, really well. I think Scroll's partnership with Ether.fi brings deep expertise on the infra side and also deep expertise in the product design and consumer and also finance side. I think there are other teams like Hyperliquid, and also maybe Lighter. There are a few teams out there who really can understand the alchemy and the design choices on both sides, and come up with really innovative products that can serve its own user base.
Yeah, we mentioned about the Ether.fi Cash. So Ether.fi Cash is very fascinating product. They are offering like 3 to 5% cashback in Scroll and settling on Scroll network. So how do you guys attract the Ether.fi team to adopt the Scroll network infrastructures, and what compared to other chains?
I think we met the Ether.fi team about a year and a half ago, and we really got on with the team socially, and we really kind of value builders who are very steadfast on user experience and delivering a superior DeFi product. And what we offer for them is a very reliable blockchain partner, and someone who's very responsive to their needs, and work closely together on marketing and also infra level product design. And I think you will see the result of that year of collaboration in preparation for this product together in terms of new product design and innovation that are coming out. So things like gasless payment experience will be very beneficial to Ether.fi Cash users, but also beneficial to any other stablecoin and other adjacent products that can add themselves onto the stack. And also the privacy design, which we'll be piloting to Ether.fi Cash users as well, hopefully will benefit other kind of DeFi projects within the stack. So it's been a great partnership to have, and it's having a spillover effect into the ecosystem, and we're very committed to continuously supporting the growth and the parabolic kind of growth of the Cash product.
Yeah. Could you share the numbers of the users or?
Yeah, of course. I think the last I checked, the total value that is onto the credit card product is around 200 mil, and we've just surpassed 10,000 card signups. So that's KYC'd card users, and transaction volume has just surpassed 400,000. So I think those are very never before seen kind of growth numbers.
Exactly.
And that speaks to how forward-thinking crypto users are when they see a product that really taps into their need. I think traditional credit card products typically don't see adoption rates move that fast, and also don't see that much global distribution in terms of user adoption. And I think that is well set up for the next level of kind of hockey stick growth, where this kind of starts to take over a lot of the traditional card and also neobanks business.
Yeah, I think in 3 months they grow really fast, and I think it's getting more and more. So very excited to see the Ether.fi and Scroll collaboration.